Hello everyone, welcome to the Storyist. Today I will be telling you a story about a pregnant mother whose belly was covered in bruises. Everyone was puzzled by her condition, but an ultrasound explained everything. Stay until the end of the video to find out what happened. Julia was a beautiful young woman who got married to her long-term boyfriend, Jacob. They were a couple who were very well loved by everybody. They were a delight to anyone whom they were talking to, and no single soul could ever say any negative thing about them. They were just the power couple of their neighborhood. The two met when they were both college sophomores. Julia was staying in an all-girls dormitory back then, and she would spend all her nights studying under the dim light of her lampshade. She did not want to disturb her roommate's sleep, so she would often cover herself under the sheets with a flashlight while reading her books. She studied nursing, and given all the things she had to study and memorize, she always stayed inside her dorm unit. That was until she met the man who would sweep her off her feet. Jacob was also a sophomore back then, studying engineering. He was a very good-looking man, and any girl he looked at would surely melt. He had tantalizing eyes that could give any teenage girl a heart attack. But he was a player, too. He knew that he was attractive, and he never missed any opportunity to take any girl that he wanted back to his dorm room. But what he did not know was all of that was about to change. One night, while Jacob was out in their school's activity center watching a live band play for their university's event, he spotted a young woman wandering the halls with a huge cone of churros and a pile of books. She was pretty, and he immediately went in her direction. When he saw her, he noticed she was prettier in close-up, and that he had never seen someone as beautiful as her before. He offered to help her with her books, but she declined, saying she was in a hurry. Because of this, Jacob grew more intrigued about the girl. Every lunchtime he would wait for the girl at the cafeteria, but he had no luck spotting her in the sea of people. Over time, he forgot about his hobby of picking girls at parties and events in the university. His main goal became meeting the girl with the churros again. Until one day, while he was walking randomly along the hallway, he miraculously met the girl again. He never let go of his chance to introduce himself. He befriended her, and eventually the two became friends. Julia was thrilled to have a friend that was a guy. She used to keep herself out of parties, but now that she and Jacob had been going out, she learned to socialize and meet other people. It wasn't long until the two hit it off and became lovers. Jacob loved Julia very much, like he had never loved anybody else. Because of this, he became a changed man. He had quit drinking and smoking and had become the politest guy on campus. Julia loved him even more because of this. A lot of people would say that the pair was like a match made in heaven. It was obvious that they were really made for each other. The couple's relationship was strengthened through time, and even though they endured some challenges as they were maturing along the way, they managed to overcome them and to come out from all of them even stronger. Just a few years after graduating from college, the couple finally tied the knot in a simple ceremony. A lot of people attended, as the couple had many, many friends. Everyone loved them, so almost the whole village in their hometown were present and wanted to give them gifts and their own best wishes. Julia and Jacob's love for each other was strong enough to withstand anything. But despite that, there were still challenges so huge that they would eventually try to break them up. The couple were having the best time of their lives during their honeymoon. After tying the knot, they felt like everything in their life was complete. Soon after they got back from their honeymoon, they continued on with their daily lives. It was not until they realized something was missing. It was a child. That was the moment they both decided it was time for them to start trying to have a baby. Months went by, but Julia never got pregnant. At first they were not worried at all, as they thought it might not be their time yet. But 3 years had passed, and still no baby came. And apart from the internal pressure the couple had been getting on their own, people kept on asking them questions about when they would decide to have a baby. Julia started getting more and more pressured. But one day, Julia woke up to a nice surprise. She tested herself and found out she was pregnant. The couple was overjoyed. They were very careful not to make any mistakes. Julia would eat only healthy food and would do yoga exercises for pregnant women. They followed each instruction the doctor gave them, but it wasn't enough. Eventually, Julia fell ill and she had a miscarriage. The couple was devastated. They did not talk about it for a month. Everyone in the neighborhood thought they would separate, but soon enough, they slowly went back being how they were used to. Julia still wanted to have a baby, but Jacob told her not to rush it. "I was really seeing us with 7 kids playing in the garden," Julia said between sobs. "We will get there. Let's not rush it. If it is to happen, it will happen on its own timing," Jacob told Julia. One morning while they were driving to the hospital where Julia was working as a nurse, they almost ran over a dog who was limping. It ran straight in front of their car, but good thing Jacob was prompt to push his brakes. When they looked at the dog, they saw it was pregnant and was about to give birth. Even though they were both in a hurry that time, they sacrificed the day to help the dog. They carried her and put her in the back seat. When they got to the vet, they watched on as the dog gave birth to her 7 little puppies. The dog had nowhere else to go as well, so they opened their home for the new family. The dog and the puppies were very happy and comfortable in their new home, and the mother couldn't stop thanking the couple by licking them on their faces. Right after that night, Julia felt something in her stomach. She felt uneasy, so the couple went to the doctor the next morning. They found out that finally, Julia was pregnant again. They were beyond delighted, and they took care of the baby even better this time. Julia was only allowed to eat healthy food. She had a strict diet and movement exercises to follow, and her whole pregnancy was treated as fragile by the couple. They didn't want to lose another baby after all. But one day, when Julia was already more than 4 months into her pregnancy, she woke up with her stomach covered in bruises. She was startled and immediately called on her husband to take her to the hospital. The couple were very afraid that Julia might get another miscarriage, and they didn't think they could endure it anymore. As the doctor ran an ultrasound to Julia, they all discovered shocking news that even the couple just found out. The doctor told Julia she was bearing 7 babies inside her belly, and the reason why she had bruises was because they were all kicking and moving inside her belly all at once. The couple was shocked, realizing that they now have 7 kids to raise. They were both excited and afraid at the same time. "Well, I guess you got your wish then, my love. We're getting 7 kids, Jacob joked to Julia. Julia laughed at what her husband said, and they were comforted by the doctor that everything in the pregnancy was fine. When they got home, they were greeted by the dog they saved 4 months ago and her 7 energetic puppies. When Julia saw the puppies, she realized how big of a coincidence it was. The day they helped the dog give birth to 7 puppies was also the day she found out she was pregnant. And now she was having the same number of children. She told this to her husband too, and he was speechless. But there was only one thing Jacob could say to his wife. "I guess when we helped the dog, the good luck came back to us." And Julia replied, "Now I know what they mean by whatever you help others with, it will come back to you." The couple hug each other together with the 7 little puppies and their sweet mother. That's all for today. We hope you enjoyed that video, and we'll see you in the next.